Hello, this is another version of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. This can be a high intensity workout, so make sure that you have medical clearance to engage in activity at that level. There's several devices we'll be using this today. A heavier set of dumbbells, lighter set of dumbbells, a kettlebell, and I have a couple bands set up for some of my exercise. I injured a shoulder the other day, and from what I can tell, it seems to be one of my rotator cuff muscles. The rotator cuff are four muscles that help hold the upper arm going in place in the joint of the shoulder, which is not a very stable joint. So you have your bigger muscles on the outside, the deltoids, the pecs, the back muscles like trapezius and latissimus dorsi, which can easily overwhelm these internal muscles. So it's important to try and keep those strong. When you injure them, you have to be careful to allow some healing, just like you might with a sprained ankle. Sometimes the muscle or tendon is completely torn, and you might need a surgery to repair that. So the best thing to do is see an orthopedic surgeon, get a clear diagnosis, and decide what to do then. In my case, I can't see the orthopedic surgeon for another 4 weeks. So there's certain things you want to do to prevent the problem getting worse. If you just immobilize the shoulder, after a couple weeks, you can lose a tremendous range of motion and develop what we call a frozen shoulder. It's very hard to get that range of motion back. Since it's one of the joints in our body that has the greatest range of motion, it's very important to maintain that for just your activities of daily living. So one of the first exercises I do to maintain that range of motion is you can lean forward and just do what they call pendulum swings. You just swing the arm around a bit. Again, if it's causing pain, you want to stop. Most of the time, this is a very easy exercise, and even right after surgery, you can do this to maintain that motion. And you want to go both directions. Again, there's no extra weight on my arm, just the weight of the arm itself, and just reasonable swings. Then you can stand up, and I just do shoulder rolls, just a gentle exercise. Forwards and backwards. And using my good arm, I'll demonstrate the more advanced exercises. Again, once you get to see orthopedics, they'll give you a physical therapy program. But for your good shoulder, this is ones you can do a few times a week. External rotation. Keep your elbow in tight to your body. Using the band, you also get some exercise on internal rotation. That's where your hand is coming towards your midline. And then bring your arm halfway between straight forward and to the side, and just do gentle up and down. And this is specific for this supraspinatus muscle, which is the one that's most on top and most likely to have problems with impingement. So showing my injured arm, I find internal rotation to be okay. I can't do much with external rotation. And down, forward and up. I'm pretty good on this. So I think the supraspinatus is okay. These muscles that do external rotation are your infraspinatus and your teres minor. So I kind of think that's probably where my problem is. It's not like I have no motion, but it hurts. So I'm going to do no more than that until I can get a firm diagnosis. Trying to apply ice to the area, anti-inflammatories, Acetaminophen for like pain relief. Those can be beneficial. Certainly help with sleep and other problems. The shoulder can be a very painful muscle to try and deal with. So as far as our exercises today, I was going to go into some band exercises first. And again, only going to do things that my shoulder can tolerate. So I'm going to start with a row. I'll do generally about 15 to 20 repetitions in each set. Then we can bend forward and do this as a lat pull, latissimus dorsi. If the band is not strong enough to give you good resistance, you can always just engage the muscles to a greater degree. Palms up and do the row with reverse grip. All this. And 5 more. Step inside the band. Bring your elbows in tight. See about doing a chest press. Just putting a little bit of strain on my right shoulder. So I'm just going to try and hold it partially extended in an isometric. Isometrics are fallen out of favor some with exercise, although there is still quite a bit of benefit to them, particularly like in recovery. 5 more. Part of strengthening is time under tension, they say. That's how long you keep a muscle under tension. So in isometric, you can keep the muscles. So if we're pushing our hands together, this is equivalent to a fly. And we just push, try and contract the muscles of our chest. This is also contracting our biceps and some of our shoulder muscles. And again, I would time under tension, probably at least 20 seconds. You can go longer, similar to a plank. Good, relax. Give yourself a little bit of break. Let's go back to that. I think if I were to try a fly, I couldn't do it with my shoulder, but I can do an isometric, which is, again, working on the external muscles and getting them pretty good exercise. That's good. On to move into a action interval. Let me get things set up here. Just going to do a set of Tabata, doing the box squat. So this will be 8 cycles, 20 seconds exercise, 10 seconds rest. And we can go ahead and get started. Rest. And begin. Let me pause this. Okay. We'll have to skip one of the 20-second intervals due to technical difficulties. Let's go ahead and get started with the next one. And 2 seconds. And rest. And begin. And rest. And begin. Begin. Five seconds. And begin. That's it. So, take a little break, get a drink of water. We'll come back for another strengthening set. For this, I'm going to grab a heavier set of dumbbells. Grab what you got. You can always add extra muscle resistance if they're too light. I'm going to start with the dumbbells in front, palms facing your body. We'll do shoulder stroke. Remember your posture, stand up tall. Pause a bit at the top for a beat or two. Five more. And rotate them to the side or behind. Repeat. Again, the motion should come primarily from your shoulders. These are working the muscles of the upper back in a slightly different way. You can rotate your palms again. It's going to engage different muscles or different sections. And let's do 5 more. And let's do deadlift. So bring the weights down between your feet or just in front of them. Try and keep your back in neutral. weight around in your back. And 5 more. Okay, now switch to a lighter set of kettle dumbbells. Let's do some curls. I like to alternate my arms, focus on one, then the other. Now if you have your palms face your body, face this, coming side to side, that is, it's a hammer curl. Then back to your standard curl. And 2 more each side. Now hinge forward, and then do tricep kick back. Again, if the weights get too heavy, you can always set one down and just do muscle tension. It is a little better for my shoulder. The other side's fine. Then pause at the top and just do little pulses up and down. And 3 more. Okay, go ahead and put the dumbbells down and grab your kettlebell. So a kettlebell snatch is where you take the weight, generally do one arm at a time, swing between your legs, and then bring it right up overhead. The key with a kettlebell is when you reach the highest point, if you grip hard, you can keep it from swinging backwards. If it swings backwards, on my monitor here, could smash it. If you can't, then as it comes back, bring your arm down, sort of cushion that. I'll show you both. So up and hold, up and cushion. Okay, so repeat that with the other arm, then go in to do some core work with your abs, some stretching and mindset, and I'll post another video in about a week.